Thanks for checking out the Disaster Dog podcast, where we talk all things canine, urban search, and rescue. The views and expressions are opinions of the hosts and guests and do not represent those of any government agency that we work for or contract work to. We're just a couple idiots with microphones.
Welcome back to another episode of the Disaster Dog podcast, where we talk everything canine related to urban search and rescue. You guys know who we are by this time. So I'm Rami. He's Mike.
Hi. Hello.
And we're back from our summer hiatus at Studio El Sharif.
It's still summer, so.
It is still summer, but
right.
By the time they hear this and.
Yeah. Sorry for not putting out an episode in July.
Yeah.
Did we?
No. Last one was with Jeff. June 1st.
What number was that?
9. I think it was 9. It's been a busy summer.
It has been.
Mike was out of the country.
Rami was out of the country.
Yeah. And then we come back and we just started getting hammered with mandatory force packs at work.
Yep.
So everybody else is off. So your vacation time is yours. And then
all you fire slayers out there are accustomed to the mandatory train that everybody lives on right now.
Yeah. So it's been pretty brutal. Back-to-back 48s for a couple weeks. And But we finally got able to link back up outside of canine training. And
I canceled once.
Twice
on podcasting.
Yeah. But I mean, you got a daughter.
Yeah, she's going through a bunch of stuff right now.
Yeah.
So
you got a boat.
Got a boat.
You know.
We've been using a lot.
That's awesome. You guys been getting out on it?
We try to go out like at least once or twice a week.
That's awesome.
We'll shoot out for dinner.
Okay.
On the boat weekdays, and then like Caitlin will get off work at like 4, and we'll jump on, go surf,
nice,
and go home and make dinner.
Awesome.
So,
cool.
You know, when you have a boat and you only have about 4 months to use it.
Yeah. You got to take advantage of it.
4 to 5.
Yeah.
You got to use it as much as possible.
That's awesome. Cool.
So we've been busy. Obviously you've been busy. So this episode's basically just going to kind of recap. We don't really have a topic that we picked to discuss.
We have topics for the future.
Yeah. But this is going to just kind of be
what's up with Mike and Rami?
Yeah. Hopefully you guys, all 42 of you, are interested to hear what we've been doing. Hopefully. We'll see.
We have some topics we're going to bring into canine related stuff. So
yeah.
So last one was with Jeff.
Yep.
And
Jeff retired. He's in Tennessee.
Jeff's in Tennessee. So we are missing our OG handler.
Yeah. And as we were just previously discussing before we got on, we're trying to do an FSA, and Jeff was our resident evaluator.
Yeah.
So we are navigating that currently, and we're going to probably bring in our first guest, Ryan.
Yeah. So we'll bring in
to do our
FEMA evaluator,
to do our FSA for one of our new handlers.
Yeah. I'm really excited for him.
For Ryan or for Ryan?
Yes. For our newest handler, Ryan Mars. He's been putting in tons of work.
Tons.
His dog looks super clean.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to do just fine on FSA and the CE.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah. So let's take it back to what? May?
Mm-hmm.
New York?
Yeah. So when did we record with Jeff? End
of April, early May. Early May.
Was it May?
Yeah, because it got put out, I think, June 1st.
Yeah, so we recorded with Jeff, and then
he left.
That was the 11th. And then basically I jumped right into 4 weeks of traveling, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then you jumped into a couple weeks of traveling.
Yeah, so we went to Illinois, sent us to New York to train with New York 1, ESU at their pile.
Mm-hmm.
And we were accompanied by Indiana Task Force 1, Canada Task Force 3.
Toronto boys.
Yeah, the Toronto boys. Penn Vet showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then New York,
the FDNY.
2 or 3, the FDNY guys.
Yeah.
Were out there a couple days too.
So typically our team does probably every other year, we'll go out to New York to train with the ESU crew and New York 1. And usually it's with Canada. So we do with Toronto or Canada 3. We usually do like a joint open training event. We get tons of good reps.
It was hot.
It was super hot.
Yeah.
Except the last day. It was cold and raining.
Yeah, it was cold and raining.
But we go out there. We train with New York, the Canada crew, and then whoever else shows up. We got a lot of good reps. It was very hot, like you said.
Yeah.
The dogs did well. Our rehab cycles, I think we did a good job.
Yeah. We had a decent amount of dogs.
We had a lot of dogs, so a lot of rest. And then Canada had a bunch of dogs that they didn't want to push because they had World Cup coming up.
Yeah.
So they do. So Toronto, so Canada 3, their handlers are all police officers with Toronto PD. And so they run, a lot of their dogs are dual purpose. So a few of them do explosives. So they're doing World Cup work in Toronto, which is awesome. And while we were out there, we also went to a Yankees game.
Yeah, that was cool.
Neat. It was awesome.
Beautiful stadium.
So cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see Yankee Stadium. I've only been to a few stadiums outside of, Wrigley and the Cell. And
is it called the Cell anymore?
No.
What?
Guaranteed rate.
Okay.
Comiskey. I was going to say Comiskey, yeah. So it was cool to get to Yankee Stadium. That was a really awesome.
Navigating the subway and just getting New York pizza and like halal food cart stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was cool. New York's always fun.
Yeah.
We do a lot of sightseeing. We do a lot of like touristy type stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously went to the 9/11 memorial.
Yeah.
Got tons of good food. I slept through our trip to McSorley's, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't go either.
I was wrecked. Like the sun takes so much out of you.
Well, we didn't have a spring here in Chicago. It was 40 and raining through the first weekend in May.
Yeah, it was great. It's beautiful. Beautiful weather here.
And so then we went to New York, I think mid-May, and it was 90 and sun was beating down.
The first 3 days were 90 plus, 95.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yes.
No clouds.
No, not a cloud in the sky.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's beautiful. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. But like, you're also in long sleeves and pants and boots and helmet and stuff, so. But I thought the dogs did really well. I thought they pushed through the heat. Obviously, we had good work rest cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And just being able to get them, like Zool's been there a couple times. It was the first time I had Gozer out there.
That was the first time I had Coda out there.
Yeah. And, just getting other eyes on your dog, just working on different things, working on different problems,
Different people hiding.
Different people.
We had tons of victims.
Tons of victims.
That's great.
Yeah. And just being able to generalize new piles and, just hang out the boys. And, I think Indiana had a good time getting the reps in there, getting more eyes on their dogs. And so they're all young dogs. So it was awesome.
Yeah. We did a lot of work with all the dogs. We did a lot of one-on-one with younger Indiana dogs. Some drive and some engagement stuff, which was really good for them, for the younger dogs. And what else did we do?
Just ran dogs.
Yeah. So it was
good 4 days.
It was a great 4 days.
And shout out to Jeremy and Christina for babysitting us for 4 days.
Yes. Yeah. Big shout out to them. Shout out to Canada for inviting us.
Yeah, it was their training that they let us leech onto.
Right. They're always good about that.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So it was nice to hang out with them. And then Penn Vet was out there.
Yeah. So checked in with them for a day.
Got to mash it up with them for a day and see some of their prospects. And a couple of the dogs are going to FDNY handlers. And
yeah, that's why they were there, was to drop, or
I don't know if they dropped them off or they just got some reps in. Training. But really cool, the collaboration now between FDNY and NYPD and Penn Vet being out there hanging out with Catherine and Emma, and it was fun. More networking.
It was very fun. The last day we were there, we were with the FDNY guys. So the FDNY K9 guys are fire marshals, and
so they're live find and EOD, right? Explosives or accelerants, or
I would assume they do both. We should probably know that. But anyways, the purpose of the story was we were training with FDNY guys, and one of the guys, Chris, that was training with us, then I think it was the next day that we left.
Yeah.
He responded on Staten Island to a explosion or missing people in a confined space.
Due to an explosion.
Due to an explosion,
and it was like right by the ferry that we were taking all week.
Right. So we were with Chris on Thursday.
Yep.
And then Friday, him and his crew respond with FDNY to this explosion and missing people. And a secondary explosion injured him critically. And 34 total firemen were transported or something. So that was kind of crazy, and glad that Chris made a full recovery.
Yeah.
Like we kind of, our whole group, we were in a group chat from the trip. We kind of all followed along with it and shared stories, and him getting out of the hospital and him addressing the media. So if you listen to this podcast, I know we gave you a bunch of stickers when we left. We're glad that you are doing better, and everything worked out. Your dog's okay, and you're obviously okay from that, because that was pretty gnarly to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's, line of duties happen around us. They happen all over the country, or traumatic injuries or off the job injuries. But I mean, we were saucing it up the day before.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like, I went to the academy with this guy who got really fell through a hole or fell through a ladder, 18, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like we were hanging out working
24
dogs.
hours, like 12 hours before.
Yeah, something like that.
And then he responds as he should for the work we do. And he got blown up, and thankfully he's better.
Yeah.
And he made a recovery. And,
glad you're all right, Chris.
Yeah. Good to hear.
So
New York was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Again, thanks to Canada for bringing us out.
Yeah.
Always appreciate them dudes. And
shout out to the bosses on Illinois for sending us.
Yes. Huge shout out to them.
It
was fun. Me and Rami drove.
We did drive. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With our new van with tints.
The tints were cool.
They definitely helped.
It was my first time traveling with two dogs. Well, not really. I drove them to Tampa.
Yeah.
But this was like at a hotel, 4th floor,
Yeah, it sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was. But learning to navigate, taking them both out and resting them and breaking them and feeding them. And
it was, we had probably 12 or 14 dogs at the hotel.
Yeah.
And then there was like a wedding every night.
Yeah.
Navigating. And then there's a, right next to the hotel we stay at, there's a daycare.
Yeah.
And so there's 14 plus dogs, the daycare, the wedding.
Right.
There was a lot of commotion.
So those are kind of those intangibles that we talk about. Like, the pile runs were great, right? Mm-hmm. But then just the elevator, the bride in her big dress, 14 people following her, all those things.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
So it was a good experience.
Good experience for us. Good experience for the dogs. And and then you went to Brussels.
I actually came home.
You came home
for a day. Because we got home Friday or Saturday?
We got home Friday. I had Indiana on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Puerto Rico or
Punta Cana?
Punta Cana.
Yeah. So I got home. I don't think it worked. I got home and then left right away for Punta Cana for a week. Did
rough.
A vacation. Yeah.
Rough.
Did a little vacation.
Yeah.
With the lady. Just me and her. It was nice to get away.
Were you at a wedding or you just went?
No, just
us. You guys just went. Okay.
We just went up.
Nice.
We went for just me and her for a vacation.
Nice. Away. Cool.
It was nice. The resort was beautiful. Had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Slept in, went to sleep early.
You always sleep in though.
I know.
Yeah.
It was fun. Met a bunch of cool people, and the whole all-inclusive resort.
Yeah.
Thing.
Make friends. Vacation friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a lot of stand-up paddleboarding, a lot of ocean swimming, read a book. Reread for the probably third time now, second or third, Touching the Dragon.
Okay.
So read through that. again.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Spikes. Spikes Canine. If you haven't read the book, read the book.
It's a good book.
It's a fantastic book. Like I said, I've read it 2 or 3 times. I think that was the 3rd time I've read it.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of beach time, reading, some swimming.
Nice.
Some tacos, some drinks.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, then I got back. I was home again for like 4, maybe 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I went to Belgium for 10 days.
Yeah. Because you were competing.
Yeah, for Grimp Day, for a rope comp.
Yeah. The only United States team.
No, but it was 2 United States teams.
2 United States or 2 North American teams?
3 North American teams, 2 United States teams.
Okay, gotcha.
So more Canadians. Shout out to the A team. My boys from
the A team.
A team. My boys from Valor Rescue. They came in 3rd. Shout out to Chisholm, Texas. My Texas friends. They came in 5th, and then the Yardbirds took 8th. Yardbirds. It was a drastic change of weather from New York's week of 90s and then Punta Cana being same 90s. It was like 50s and raining. So I'm like talking raining.
Yeah.
Like wearing rain jackets and your head soaked head to toe.
Yeah.
And cold. So it was
fun.
Really tough competition and events. And then you add on rain and wind and being on scaffolding in the wind when it's raining and hanging, 100 feet in the air. It's interesting. It adds another.
Sure. Like you cancel a job site for that here, but you're like, we got to compete.
No, we just went with it.
We got to get the W.
As long as it wasn't thunder or lightning, we were competing. So spent like 3 or 4 days being wet.
Yeah, fun.
Cold. It was good. We did.
Did you have to buy gear out there for the weather, or you brought it?
I bought a rain jacket.
Okay.
And then I should have had more layers.
Sure. Yeah. A couple base layers.
Yeah, it was cold.
A boot dryer.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I did bring 2 pairs of boots.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude, that boot dryer on deployment, game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer. Anybody who doesn't have one, throw it in your 10-day bag. That boot dryer is clutch.
And if you do travel via commercial airlines, always buy the biggest bag you can get. So like I had, obviously this is different. We got to travel with a lot of equipment, but I mean, same with dog stuff. You have to travel with all your stuff and all the dog stuff. I did flying international is a little bit different, but I had a 66-pound bag, a 50-pound bag, plus a carry-on.
It's a lot.
I think. Or I think it was just a backpack. Well, yes. So
I mean, the hardware adds up. Those aluminum carabiners,
dude. That was it was maxed out. And like I said, I brought 2 pairs of boots.
Yeah.
And I traveled with a duffel and like just dumped the rope in there and a bunch of clothes and equipment, maxed that bag out to 66, and then my roller was maxed out to almost 50. Wow. I mean, all of us were maxed out on bags.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So always opt for the largest bag you can get when you travel, because then you could bring 2 pairs of boots.
There you go.
Because if you're going to be wet and cold, it's really good to keep your feet dry.
Yeah.
So that was good. So yeah, Brussels or Grimp was awesome. We did a day in Brussels, a day in Bruges, or a couple of days in Brussels, a day in Bruges. We were in Namur, is where the comp was, and did some sightseeing, but mostly obviously like competition sightseeing. So we were at very cool venues.
So you were there at the beginning of the World Cup.
Yes.
So you got to watch Belgium play.
What we did
in Brussels.
It was sick. It was super sick. We did. It was our last night there, second to last night there. Yeah. And I forget who they played.
Yeah, that's group play, so it was very early.
First round. But we went out to we were staying by this square. I cannot remember what it's called. But it was like the downtown Brussels area. And I mean, all of the bars and restaurants were jammed.
Yeah.
There was TVs all outside. There was people everywhere. It was awesome. And we were in one of the bars when Belgium scored. and
Heavy electric.
Dude, shit popped off. Those beers flying. Like,
Yeah.
people were screaming. Everything was wet. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And what else is cool when you travel to Europe is just how old everything is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we just had our 250th
right.
birthday of the United States.
And we live in a city that burned down.
Yeah.
So everything's relatively new here.
Yeah. And you go to these, like we went to a church that was right off the square that was built in like 925.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Thousands of, like 1,000 years ago.
Uh-huh. And still standing.
Yeah. So just the, and as I've said before, I'm a big history nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So having, you know, being in those buildings and seeing the craftsmanship of like the stone and the woodwork and like everything is truly incredible.
Yeah. It's pretty surreal.
Yeah. And then realizing that it took to build those buildings like hundreds of years. So like you'd have like a guy start as a carpenter or a mason or whatever, and then his son would continue the building.
Just generational.
And then his kid. So like 3 generations of the same mason or carpenter or woodwork or whatever would work on the same building before it was even complete.
Yeah.
Which is bananas.
Like when we were in Barcelona last year, we saw, we didn't go in. I mean, it was packed, was Familia Sagrada.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it wasn't done last year after, I couldn't tell you how long they were building it, 100 years or something, you know, something insane. But it just, the craftsmanship, the cobblestone roads, you know, like just the
details,
the detail of masonry, you know, just, it's awesome.
It was awesome.
I love Europe.
Yeah. Same.
Super cool.
The food in Belgium, wasn't very impressed.
Okay.
It was, not that I wasn't impressed. It was just kind of like the Belgian waffles were phenomenal. I mean, that was great. And tons of French fries. But we didn't really do like a lot of food related outing.
Sure.
You know, we went to dinner, we like hit a couple places.
Yeah.
But it was not like it's just not like Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, elsewhere in Europe.
Sure.
But it was awesome. Belgium's cool.
Nice.
A lot of cool stuff. The comp was good. Like I said, we took 8th place out of 24 teams. It was super tough.
Yeah.
We did pretty well. We got it's kind of like with those competitions, like the top 5 to 10 teams, probably the top 10 teams are all like very close in skills.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ends up the lanes that you get put in.
Yeah.
The different scenarios, like what tree you're in for the tree rescue.
Right.
What lane you're in for the slope one. Like we had a couple real bad lanes, and that really like brought our score down. Mm-hmm. So, but like it's
the luck of the draw. If you get luck of the draw, it could be anybody else.
Yeah,
so and probably so close in skill set that those small variables are like what leads to that point differential.
Yeah, and like myself and my victim almost got killed by falling debris.
Fun.
Yeah, from not cobblestone, but like basically like a brick wall that we were going up. And the team our lanes were real close. The team next to us was making this. It's a super hard edge, and it's all mossy, and it was raining, and there was 0 foot grip anywhere. So you're just kicking rocks. So like basically a full-size brick almost hit us.
Could you wear like yak tracks or something, like, you know what I mean, like on your boot?
No.
Or spike boots?
That would be sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
But we did. So like that scenario was a slope evac down like to it was at this castle thing. I forget what it's called. But it was basically a super long slope evac and 2 like 20 or 30 foot drops. And then it was like a car rolled over a ravine, and then you had to extricate the patient and then package them and bring it back up. But like
cut jobs.
So I got some hands on with the tool.
Nice. Hydraulic or
no? They were Homatro core technology with a little mini Jenny. So it's funny too, because like a lot of those teams are not fire department based.
Yeah,
they're like, or they don't
mountaineers.
Right, they're mountaineers. Or like strictly like the Japanese dudes. Like they had 0 clue what these things are. You know, like here's a cutter and spreader.
Yeah,
get the person out. And they're like, does not compute.
Yeah.
So like myself and like the Chisholm dudes, like we had the door popped in like,
Yeah.
a minute or two.
Right.
And the one evaluator like looks at me, he's like, "Have you done this before?" I'm like, "Yeah, man."
Yeah. Once or twice.
He's like, that was very good. Thanks, man.
Have you done this before?
Yeah. So it was cool.
Nice, man.
Europe was fun.
Yeah.
How's your trip?
It was amazing. So beginning of June, we went to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh yeah.
And it was the best place I've ever been. It was awesome. Everything about it. I would say Japanese food is probably like my favorite culinary style.
Yeah.
And
like
just
to take out.
Yeah. Panda Express.
Yes.
Pandas are from China. Yeah, either way.
Right.
But the food was amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's on the bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
And everybody says the same thing.
It was great. And they're living in 2070 with like their technology and just
how clean it is.
It is unbelievably clean. I could not imagine that ever happening here. And they don't have garbage cans.
Yeah.
So, like everybody takes care of their own stuff.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Brings it. I didn't see a cigarette butt. I didn't see a beer bottle, pop can. The food's relatively cheap, especially for the prices we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
It's clean. It's fresh. Their 7-Elevens are like gourmet. They have these egg salad sandwiches. And I don't eat egg salad, but I had like 8 of these sandwiches. It's the fluffiest bread I've ever had. And it's cool just seeing things that like you may have grown up with in your childhood that are woven to such an extreme level in their social fabric, like Pokemon, Godzilla, Transformers, Voltron, Hello Kitty, like all these things.
Hello Kitty's coming back.
We went to a Hello Kitty like museum, not museum, like it was a traveling museum, and the last stop's in Tokyo. So we went with another couple, one of my best friends and his wife, and she's really into Hello Kitty. And so we stopped at this, like, I don't know, just kind of like the history of it and stuff like that. And I mean, it was cool. It was like $17,
Yeah.
That was another thing. Like everything ticketed that we went to was super cheap.
Yeah.
Like we didn't pay more than $25 for anything. Where like museums or zoos are like $80 now, or Disney's $15,000, or know. Navigated the train really easily. Everybody's super respectful, super polite, and it was a great trip. We went for 10 nights.
Yeah,
and
flew business. Sick.
It's a long flight.
Yeah,
I had to get my beauty rest.
Yeah.
But we want to get off the plane and hit the ground running, right? So, and it was incredible. We'll go back within probably 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got a whole bucket list of stuff. But out of everywhere we went, I love Europe. I absolutely love Europe. I definitely, and it's so big that like I felt like we saw everything, but saw nothing at the same time.
Yeah,
and it was just we'd take the train and get lost in a neighborhood, and then here's a closer train, get on this one, take it, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
so
it is definitely on the bucket list.
Highly recommend.
My sister-in-law is actually from Japan, and so her and brother-in-law, they go, and her family still lives there. So her niece maybe 2, I can't remember. Her parents, like they all are still living in Japan. So they go at least once a year, if not more.
Yeah.
So it's on our bucket list. We're definitely going to go. Obviously, like, we're definitely going to go with them so they can drag us around. But what I love, I think the most, and again, I haven't even been there, but everything I've heard and everything I see is the Japanese culture and the pride that they take in their sidewalks.
Everything. Someone was always cleaning or doing something.
Right.
And
like the pride in their work.
Yeah.
And
themselves too. Like we dress like absolute bums. And I'm not saying everybody's wearing a suit there, but they're polished and put together and take pride in their outward appearance.
All right. I think I love that the most, and like pride in, like, even if you go to like a small restaurant and it's like the one dude that owns it, like the amount of pride and like the immense like how happy he is to serve you.
Yep.
And like, again, I haven't been there. I haven't experienced it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
He's, we went to a bunch of super small bars, and the bartender is the owner, and he's been the owner for 40 years.
Right.
And it like just,
how happy they are to serve you.
yes, the hospitality.
Yeah.
And there's a couple places that like don't want tourists in. So like sometimes the menu won't be in English.
Yeah.
And like, that's like just kind of like the unwritten rule, like just stay away.
Yeah.
So we just respected that culture, and we don't want to be the loud, obnoxious Americans.
No.
The train.
I hate that that's what we get
Labeled as.
Yeah.
So we were, very, very polite and minded our own business, and, just tried to blend in almost. Yeah. We didn't, because I'm 6'1", over 200 pounds. So
yeah, we definitely don't look the same.
Yeah. But it was great. I can't wait to go back, and just, I stayed away. I wanted to go like meet their USAR team, like their canine. And I was told like, hey, you're on vacation.
We don't turn off what we do.
Yeah. But I thought that would have been cool. And then they had multiple earthquakes.
While you were there?
So when we were flying in, a tsunami hit south of Tokyo. And that was like 2 days before we took off. So it's a 13-hour flight out there. And I don't fly well. I'm not a good flyer. Anyone who knows me, I mean, I do it all the time, but I just don't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So the last 2 hours, we were hitting like that tsunami that had been breaking up over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And so like, it was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced. And then after we left, there was an earthquake. And then 2 days ago, there was another like 6.8.
Jeez.
Yeah. Earthquake.
Yeah.
Seems a lot of earthquakes.
Well, I was going to say we can segue into kind of what's been happening with international deployments.
Yeah.
We saw, same in our summer hiatus, we saw two dedicated international teams deploy, and then an additional
two FEMA teams.
Two additional FEMA teams deploy internationally, which is typically unheard of.
Yeah.
Apparently not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that whole world too much, but I know, Virginia 1 or USA 1, USA 2, Virginia 1, and Cal 2. California 2, which is LA County. Mm-hmm. I mean, they off the rip, they were wheels up real fast, right?
Yeah, and we're talking about Venezuela.
Going to Venezuela, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Florida 1, Florida 2 got activated.
Yeah.
And I believe Florida 2 used to be one of the international teams.
Yeah.
So they might have some carryover and just kind of know the process. But it'll be interesting, like, if we can find out more information, like how the State Department worked with, DHS and FEMA, and, to get them wheels up and, get them down there in theater, and what that looked like, from a red tape bureaucracy standpoint,
Right. It'd definitely be interesting. Anybody, again, out of the 42 people that listen to this podcast regularly, if any of you were deployed to Venezuela, we'd love to chat with you.
Yeah.
So if you were to reach out,
we could set up a Zoom, get you on, and what you can and cannot talk about, because we understand that there's obviously different rules of engagement and things you can say without, official press being part of the State Department. But we'd love to talk to you. Yeah.
But I mean, they got out the door real quick. And this was one of the deployments where they weren't all just straight flat pancake collapses.
Yeah.
There was lots of voids, lots of lean-tos, and lots of work for live fine dogs.
Lots of work.
And they had a lot of fines. So again, we'd like to talk to you, because that doesn't happen very often. Typically, teams are getting out the door, 48, 72 hours or more late, into the game. And it's going very minimal live fine work and straight HR stuff.
Yeah.
So for all those teams, shout out to all those teams that hit the ground and
way to represent,
made a significant amount of rescues. Like, that's incredible. That's why we are in this whole job-ish hobby line of work.
Paid to part-time.
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy. And I mean, there was an earthquake in Lake Michigan, right after that.
Well, there had been a ton of earthquakes, and I don't want to turn on my conspiracy brain.
Earthquake is not a conspiracy. It's the earth moving.
Right.
It's real.
But there's been a ton of them.
Right. So that wouldn't be a conspiracy. That would just be like, hey, the Earth is moving a lot.
Yeah.
There's no conspiracy.
What's causing it?
The Earth.
That's the conspiracy.
But I mean, so the ones in Japan, like the significant ones in Venezuela, we've had a couple
West Coast.
in the West Coast,
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. So like the Earth is moving. So that's scary because it's moving a lot more than it has been.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of, Venezuela type, obviously like look at Surfside, and that wasn't even earthquake related. That was just Earth.
They don't know.
Right. That was just the, building, 40-story building, whatever it was in sand. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But the Earth moving and, humans have been on this planet for a long time, but the way that we operate now, it's vastly different. And,
changing the composition of, the Earth itself.
Yeah. And building these giant skyscrapers and buildings where buildings shouldn't be on the sides of cliffs and all sorts of stuff. So like, with all these earthquakes, the only thing I'm thinking is like, we're going to have more
most likely
deployments.
I believe it. And just climate change and, all that stuff. So who knows? Every year that like last year was a really
dud of a hurricane season.
Yeah. It was a dud. And they said it was going to be like
which was good.
Hyperactive hurricane season. Obviously it's good. We don't want any death or destruction to anybody, but if it happens, we want to be there.
Right.
So
I want my team to be going.
Right.
But it's crazy, man. The whole Venezuela stuff was just insane. And especially now, the access to media, and you could see firsthand, like the stuff that's getting posted and the stuff you could see in real time.
Yeah.
Of pulling, kids and dogs and families out of voids. And
it was all edited, right? Like the State Department's not going to.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff that's coming from.
Just bystanders.
Just bystanders.
Live stream.
Like, if you can, you get into that algorithm of like looking at that stuff and more stuff pops up. And there's interviews with these people that are searching for family members, just some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to all those teams that went out, made a difference. That's why we're here. From the few people we know, we heard it was a difficult deployment.
Heard it was hot. Heard the dogs had a hard time,
right.
Work rest cycles and cooling off and
right.
But
and you want to because there's thousands of people trapped and you can hear them or and you want to put your dog out and like on every building and there's like hundreds of collapsed buildings. So like you have to really take into account the amount of time the dog can work, how long it takes to rehab the dog, and like what we've kind of but we've just noticed over training over the last how many years, it's a lot easier for the dog to recover when the tank's not empty. And if you keep draining the tank, like the recovery is just going to keep getting longer and longer.
Yep.
So if you work your dog to about 70% and then bring them back up to 100%, right? You're only chasing 30%. But if you keep working them and working them and working them, it's just, they're just not, at some point they're going to shut down, or there's going to be, whether there's false alertings, whether they're not, using their olfactory system as it should because they're so gassed.
Yeah. And that, goes back to the Dr. Davis, Dr. Brown conversation, which was unbelievable.
If you haven't listened to it, absolutely go listen to it.
Don't listen to us. Go listen to Dr. Davis and Dr. Brown because
know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Just the amount of dogs that Dr. Davis has seen through the military and contract work and, the hydration, fitness. And then, so the key takeaways I took away were it's harder to like smoke your dog out into that level of injury, right, or ischemia. But we're also not realizing that they're far less effective, when they get that tired or dehydrated.
Right.
So
super.
Yeah.
Less. Yeah.
Fitness, and hydration.
And so the Venezuela deployment, there was was hot. So if you want to work your dog, but if you burn them out too early, like
Yeah.
you got to take all that stuff into consideration and how like the I think before you put your feet in the ground and get to work, like you need to figure out the rehab plan
Mm-hmm.
before you go out in that environment, and make sure that there's available not just like water for the dog to drink, but like
Shade, AC, get them wet,
AC,
get them windy,
right?
all those things.
A kiddie pool to fill up with water, like if that just
And that's got to be tough on an international deployment.
huge,
Especially when your infrastructure has been completely decimated. Yeah.
right.
Where are you going to get clean water necessarily that you can keep cool? Because I don't know what it's like in Venezuela. I'm going to assume it's 90 plus degrees every day in the summer.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And it was earlier in the season, right? We're not height of August or September or so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy a couple of weeks. Obviously, it's not like once all the American teams left, like the work was done. Like there'll be
rebuilding for years, looking for people.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's a big international, like a lot of Asian and European teams were there as well. I think it was 236 dogs in theater in total.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make some contacts through like INSARAG and find some of those international teams from like Europe and talk to them. And
so when I was in Brazil 3 years ago, one of the guys, it was for a rope comp for Grimp Day South America. One of the guys that was on one of the teams was on the state not Panama. I cannot remember. It'll come to me. Anyways, he was on the state USAR team, and he was a dog handler, and he's also a rope guy. And I was messaging with him through all this stuff about if he was deployed or not. And he sent me a bunch of videos, which was pretty wild. Parana State Fire Department, that's it. They sent two canines right off the rip, and then are basically their equivalent of a USAR team or a Type 3 or whatever they sent. But he sent me a bunch of videos of their dogs working, and it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And so I mean, internationally, all these teams were out, hundreds of dogs.
Yeah,
it was cool to see, and it was and you saw a lot of, especially on social media, a lot of the groups were sharing all the videos and all the, not just the United States teams, but all the teams that were deploying all the dogs. And it was a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
So, again, shout out to those teams that went and made a difference.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, very jealous. So yeah, again, let us know if you want to talk to us, because that'd be sweet.
That'd be great.
That'd be really good.
And we'll Zoom and figure it out and learn how to do that technology.
Yeah, that's the next step.
It is. So we got a couple people that travel's not going to work. So we'll get that up and running, because a couple of you we need to get on that we've talked to in the past.
It's baby steps.
Baby steps. Got to crawl before you walk.
That's right. That's how we do it.
What else have you been up to?
So came back from Grimp. I literally worked like a week straight because I was on a trade, then I got forced back, then I was on OT, then I got forced back. So I worked, basically came home from Grimp.
Yeah.
Was physically in my house for like 5 days, and then I worked for 5 days straight.
Nice.
So that sucked. And then we did, it was 4th of July, so like all that stuff.
I got forced.
Yeah.
24 hours. It was double time though.
Lucky you. We don't get that.
On holidays?
Nope.
Really?
Yep. Just straight up normal pay. Yeah, I've done a couple elevated safety standby jobs downtown, some rigging jobs, just attended firemanship conference in Aurora.
Cool.
Took a couple classes, which was awesome. Worked a bunch, and then a lot of doctor's appointments.
Gotcha. Yeah. You how many times you work COTA? You didn't work COTA for a while.
No,
Yeah.
I feel bad. Yesterday
Yeah.
was the first time I worked him in a while.
Yeah.
He's really gotten the back seat when we've been navigating all
Sure.
this stuff with Millie.
I get it. So Zool got hurt in New York.
Yeah.
I think it was just a soft tissue injury, and
delicate.
He's not delicate. He's not soft at all. But he just had this, took him to the team vet, got x-rays, got everything, but he was also vomiting a lot. And so
yeah, that was kind of weird.
We attributed that to the BVS bile syndrome if his stomach's not full. So changed his food a little bit and then put him on some Rimadyl and just watched him go from not wanting to chase the jolly ball or tug or do anything like that. And then kind of 6-7 weeks and slowly getting him back on the pile and worked him yesterday. He worked past couple of weeks, worked him, and he's been looking good, but he's kind of taken a back seat because we're getting kind of really hammering these FSA elements with
Gozer.
So, I don't like taking both of them to the park, because I have to put a bark collar on because one's out working, the other one's losing their mind. And but we've just been doing directionals and more ladder stuff and, indication boxes and, just all the FSA stuff. And it was the same way when I had Zool. He was more CE ready than he was FSA ready.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of polishing all that up and kind of, a lot of focus on him. But
yeah.
But yeah, remember when Tim was on, he's like, your dog's going to be fine after 6 months if you don't work him, Yeah. So I just wanted him to rest and slowly introduce Rebel back. And now he's good. He's good to go. So not vomiting anymore. Leg's great. He's flying. So looks good.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like I said, he's had a backseat. I've had to bail out of trainings for stuff. And
they looked great yesterday. They just pick it back up. They know what to do. But yeah, it's going to be a busy month. August is going to be crazy. So I'm going to Jersey tomorrow with Gozer. I'm flying. I've never flown with him. So that'll be interesting.
What are you going to Jersey for?
So they kind of
the open training.
Yeah, they kind of shut down their pile because it's on an active military base and just the ongoing war with Iran. So they have 3 designated trainings, and our goal would be the November CE out there. So we'll see. But generalization, all that. And then we have we're going to Dayton next weekend. We got a 3-day large source full body with CFTE. It's
CFTE.
Yeah, it's their intermediate course. The first one was incredible. Absolutely. If you are,
you went to that
April, I believe.
Yeah.
If you're in this world, we're not always looking for 4 ounces of, source, these full body pieces. So these full bodies, got to get your dog on them and see how your dog reacts, because it was eye opening. So it's great training. Can't wait to get out there. That's 3 days. And then the 3rd week of August, I'm going out to Crisis City, Salina, Kansas with Gozer. I really like the site.
I'll be out of town.
Minnesota invited us, so go out there, chop it up with Minnesota. I know they got a lot of dogs coming up for FSA and CE, so it's just gonna be a busy month
for you.
A lot of training.
Yeah, it's good.
But
yeah, we've kind of. It seems like we have not trained a lot.
But
I guess I kind of account that to being out of the country.
Out of the country, family stuff, and then one of the things
I think we've canceled a few of them.
We've canceled a few, so we're in Illinois. We're really big on having purposeful, meaningful training, and it's on a Wednesday. So guys have to come off a shift or come on their off days. Obviously, it's just like anybody else in the fire service.
And everybody get mandatory.
But everybody's been on mandatory overtimes. We have a lot of officers on the team, so they're just getting hammered on force back. So if there's going to be 1 to 2 people and the juice isn't worth the squeeze, we'll just cancel it.
Yeah.
Which I think we're at a point that's probably a good thing for the task force and just kind of being responsible
with money.
Yeah. We've canceled a couple, but we got a lot of good reps yesterday. It was a beautiful day, actually.
It was. Yeah, we got this whole month. We got.
We trained this month. Yeah.
Yeah, we got training, and then we got our weekly or our monthly, but that's just us doing our own thing.
Yeah,
anyways.
if we don't meet up with the rescue or search, we kind of just run dogs for longer.
Yeah.
So
Um,
we got a test coming up too.
yeah, that's been a whole nother thing. So it's not out yet, but we are hosting a test in the first weekend of October. At least that's the plan. We have run into we were on the books to host a test the second week of October for basically this whole year, and we've run into some issues with the current place that we train. Their administration is looking to make some changes to their training site, and it doesn't include a canine certification level pile. They're kind of trying to lessen the footprint of us and put a little more infrastructure into their fire department training props and such, which is sweet. Like it's good for them. But that left us not high and dry, but it left us with
A little scrambling
to figure out what to do next.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, we have a deputy chief on our team from another town that has a training site, that has a fire academy, that has access to an area to...
It's where we teach collapse.
Yeah.
Collapse classes.
Yeah, to set up some more rubble piles. So a lot of the last 2 months have been trying to work logistics between our USAR team and the organization we're going to build our new training site at. What that looks like, where we get materials, what type of machines, when we get them, how we get them, who pays for what, how much manpower do we need, how many machines do we need, how many days do we need, how do we move equipment and material from A to B. There's a lot of places that, for those of you that are trying to build piles, there's a lot of places that will donate, specifically the places that make the concrete tubes
Mm-hmm.
and the slabs for like tilt up construction. They will donate materials that don't pass their quality control.
They're very generous.
Super generous. So we secured, I think, like 20 plus tilt up slabs from a site that we're actually our rescue guys are training on in August. And all we have to do is pay for a truck to move it.
Yeah.
So we've been, again, doing a lot of work to try to make sure we have enough material, enough space, equipment, like all the other stuff, all the other logistics. It's a huge undertaking to build a CE type sized pile and make sure it's adequate for the CE. And then that doesn't just take like a day or two. It's like a full...
It's like 15 guys, 40 plus hours with the right machinery.
Right. So hopefully, again, we're working on logistics, and they have a small pile-ish currently. We're just going to expand its footprint.
Yeah.
And make it a little bit more favorable to dogs.
Canine friendly.
And so that's the whole... basically, the month of September is going to be getting that pile ready, and then we'll be testing in October. So for any of you listening that are coming out, or that will be, again, this test should be announced hopefully in the next couple days.
It'll probably be announced before this airs.
Right. So it'll probably be announced anyways. So anyways, for those coming out, it's going to be a brand new pile. Like brand new, like I'm talking like it'll be finished probably the week before.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool. Brand new. Everything's new. All the setups new. This would be between myself, Mike McDivitt, and Todd Passaggio, and their two training sites. This will be our fifth pile flip, or fifth pile that we've built because we did two.
The original West Chicago,
then
the split for the test,
North Aurora pile,
the second flip of West Chicago.
Yep. And then the second version of North Aurora. So this will be our sixth pile build.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's so much work.
Just the logistics, the funding, the financing, and we have a test on the line. So it's now the task force, the host site, the donators, SDF, SUSAR. Like there's so many different entities that
there's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of pressure. And I feel like, I was very much the procrastinator, and I feel like this is us procrastinating. And it's not like because we're just, like, we get to it when we get to it. It's like it just takes us long to get everything.
We procrastinate, and it's like, oh, it takes 72 hours for the concrete guy to call me back. So that's 72 hours that nothing's happening on this front. And in the meantime, I need his approval to get this person. They don't message me back because they're on vacation. And
And then you also run into being in Illinois, you run into unions.
Yeah.
Labor unions and operators of unions and who runs machines, who doesn't. And so there's a lot of stuff that runs into that we need to square away to get all this stuff done.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we've been working on the last couple months.
Yeah, that's been a whole thing, just the back and forth. So October 3rd, 4th, it will be live find and HR. And by the time you're hearing this in the background, the applications will be out.
Yes.
That will be a EMAP compliant SUSAR sanctioned test.
Sponsored by SDF.
SDF, yep. Thank you.
Thank you, SDF. And as of now, it'll be Scott will be the lead evaluator. I don't know who else is going to be there.
Not sure
yet. All I have so far is Scott. So it's exciting because we get to build another new pile.
It is fun. It's long, hot days, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
We get to be creative with it, and having traveled so much, seeing what we didn't like, things that work, things that don't work.
Speaking of, Todd just forwarded me an email from somebody asking about our CE. It's funny we're talking about it.
Yeah, I got a text the other day about the CE. So, but that'll be once again live find and HR.
Yes, October, first week of October. And if I know somebody, I don't remember who it was, a couple months ago, reached out to me, or maybe reached out to the podcast to ask about material, or it was somebody posted in one of the groups online, one of the many canine specific groups, to ask about how you set up piles and how you do all that stuff. So if you have questions, you could reach out.
We could probably take some video when we do it, post it on our socials, and so everybody knows kind of what goes into it.
Yeah, see how significant the process is.
10 guys can't lift a tube, just so you guys know.
No. And skid steers only do so much.
Skid steers, those big front end loaders are
you need big dogs.
Yeah. So
and competent operators.
Yep,
it's super important.
Yeah, if you can get a crane, you're well ahead of the ball game.
Yeah, cranes are important. So CE coming up.
Yep,
that'll be fun. And then FSA coming up will also be fun.
Yeah,
for us.
So we'll have an in-house, or we'll have an outside evaluator for our new handler Ryan, and then he'll be taking the CE, and then
we'll be restarting a few dogs.
Yeah, we got a couple dogs to resert, and then I don't know if I'm going to take it. I might. It'd be good practice.
Yeah,
might as well, just in case something doesn't happen in November, or I can't make it out there or whatever. At least I have a SUSAR CE that's EMAC compliant, and we've seen all these like single resource MRP EMAC requests over the past. So but I'm sure there'll be like a Florida test in like January or February too for FEMA. I don't know, but so
and then there's the conference.
Yeah,
so there'll be the test and the search specialist class in November.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. It's a great conference if anybody's never been there. If you're on the job, or just USAR curious into other subgroups and function groups, it's a really good conference. You can learn a lot of firsthand information. No BS, no anecdotal stuff. The keynote speakers and the speakers there are phenomenal, and it's real world shit. So you're hearing firsthand experience about stuff, and makes you think just to get better at what we're trying to do here.
Yeah. We may or may not know if we're accepted into this, but the two of us put in to do a lecture.
Yeah, a presentation
at the SUSAR conference. We'll see if we get it. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and if we do get it, we're going to try to do like a live recording down there if they'll let us, give us a little closet. So we'll keep you posted on all that, and we'll definitely put it all over our socials if we did get in as presenters. But
but I don't know who would want to listen to us.
There are some people that don't know who we are that would probably listen to us.
Yes.
So there are a lot of SUSAR teams spinning up. We've talked about this, that they've been working off of like a type 4, or they've been, water packages, and they're trying to kind of inch towards that type 3. And so they're trying to spin up canine. And so, it would probably be great information just because of, the modern history of our team and, how we've been able to be relatively successful and turn the program around. And so just some tips and tricks. I know I get calls and texts from people on these newer SUSAR teams about canine and stuff like that. And any way that we can help. So
yeah, sure. So we may or may not be presenting at SUSAR conference. Rami will for sure be at the SUSAR conference for the test and for the search specialist class.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to go take technical search specialist.
Have you even taken that?
I haven't taken it. And I think it's the FEMA equivalent so that it can be used on both teams.
Yeah.
But then, I'll be helping out as an adjunct, doing whatever the instructors need down at CSST, helping run stations. And then I'm really good at getting lunch for everybody. So I go grab lunch, and
everybody needs that guy.
And then, and then I'll...
Are you shadowing?
Yeah, I'll shadow as a shadow evaluator, which is one of the things we're working on. So Mike and I were both accepted to different SUSAR subgroups.
Oh, yeah.
Mike got on search, and I got on canine. And so we're working behind the scenes on, handbook stuff and testing stuff and site stuff and evaluator stuff, and just trying to
bring everything up to speed.
A little bit more transparency, and not necessarily 100% parity with FEMA, but like a lot of people don't realize that like the majority of SUSAR certified dogs it's the same test that a FEMA dog would take, so we've been kind of working on that behind closed doors with the all the newly accepted members of the subgroup. Then Mike's on search because
they wouldn't put two Illinois people on.
They wouldn't put two Illinois people on canine.
Yeah.
We'd swing the votes too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike's on search because he's deployed as an STM. He's tied in with rescue team managers and has operated in that role. So we're really excited for the opportunity for us to learn, help grow the SUSAR program.
Yeah, and kind of put our, make things better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think basically since we started, like when we started, there was a subgroup, and like the SUSAR subgroups were active.
Yeah.
And then for a good amount of time, that has not been the case.
Yeah.
So it's nice to get, some newer people involved. And, some younger people, some newer people involved in all these groups to kind of form the next, the future of what SUSAR looks like.
Right.
As far as, what we can control and what we can put into. So that's cool.
And I think it's cool that the board of directors is like, hey, we need intel from, boots on the ground, intel from the ground of the people that are doing it, that are doing canine, doing search, doing rescue, medical, hazmat.
Yep.
So that they can better shape
what the system looks
like. Because there's so much collaboration now from the federal response to just the national response, and how's that going to look going forward? Because we've seen it hardcore the past 2 years on deployments.
Yeah, so. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool to be involved. I think canines, the subgroups rolling. The search one we haven't really done much. quite yet. Hopefully we start getting the ball rolling here soon. Yeah, actually,
Just got an email.
Just got an email. Jen actually emailed me about our test, as we were just talking about.
Nice.
So it was approved as a SUSAR sanctioned test. So that was one of the things we were waiting on before we can move with the formal announcement.
Yeah.
Which I assume after this will probably come today.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
Yeah, because just that professionalism of official sanctioning and so
yeah,
it's a good group, geographically and diverse and different experience levels. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to everything that can come from it. So
it's good. I think it's a really good step in the right direction for all of us. And again, it'll be fun to be collaborating with people on a national level.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yeah, those are the tests coming up. Chicago is having a test, and then there is a FEMA New Jersey test that majority of you know about, and then there's a SUSAR test at the SUSAR conference in Tampa, and that's in November as well.
So you are shadowing.
Yeah.
Another test. Where are you at with your evaluating?
I'd have to look. I think I'm at like 20 dog, 24 dogs, something like that. So, right now there's only one SUSAR evaluator that's gone through it that's not in the FEMA system. And so I don't have 3 years in FEMA yet to do the FEMA shadowing. So I'm doing the SUSAR, and that's a great experience just from the standpoint I get to see more dogs, man.
Yeah.
More piles, more dogs.
More people.
Yeah, absolutely. More networking. Yeah. So I'm shadowing, depending on, you're not supposed to evaluate at a test you're taking. So if I do run it, we'll see if I can shadow it. I don't know what if it holds true because I'm not evaluating, right? I'm just shadowing. And then, but it's hard. I was lucky enough to shadow a FEMA regional through Indiana, and that counted for my SUSAR shadowing, right? It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, it is very confusing.
But yeah, I should.
Hopefully the subgroup cleans that up.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be done, depending on if we book out our test and then we book out the Tampa test. I should be done with SUSAR. And then, next year, hopefully, once we recert, then I'll start shadowing for FEMA.
Yeah.
And that's just some of the stuff we're going to be working on, because there's not a whole lot of SUSAR tests. And then if you're not on a FEMA team or a regional, like those shadow spots are reserved because you can only have so many for FEMA handlers, which obviously, right. So yeah, just a lot of stuff we're working on, and it's very interesting, but it's cool because travel, more dogs, more training, getting to, kind of take that next step.
Yeah.
So
it's a very big undertaking to shadow all those events and dogs and travel and stuff. What's the current minimum for SUSAR? Dogs?
So currently, so this we're reworking everything, but it's, I believe, mirrors the FEMA standard of, I think, 48 dogs, and then you have to run 2 FSAs. I'd have to look back at it because there is like that formal application.
Yeah.
But I believe it's 48 dogs. And so only one SUSAR handler has done that to completion. And we basically just have been supplementing with FEMA evaluators since the beginning of time. So,
right.
But yeah, like building the cadre of evaluators and just moving forward with a little bit more self-sustainment. I think it'll be a good thing.
And accountability.
100% accountability. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it comes to certification and sanctioning and, like deployments and EMACs. And, but yeah, so we're doing a bunch of cool stuff on the subgroup, and, all of it's, kind of via Teams and Zoom and Google Docs and stuff. And, just want to also making contact. Like there's SUSAR teams, like say this is a type 4, but they have one canine from this state that really doesn't deploy like well, they should know what's coming down the pipeline. They should know that there's a test coming up, or these are the rule changes, or this is the handbook. And so I think it'll be really good for the professionalism of SUSAR. And then like kind of like, you know, if you don't know that FEMA handler, or because, you know, everybody texts, right?
Yeah.
But like, say you get embedded with them and they'll just be like, well, we don't know who you are. You know what I mean? We don't know what standard you're up to, and just kind of cleaning up all that language and, you know, making it more known and more professional, I'd say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's nice that we were given the opportunity to jump in. And
it was. And we got support from our task force and
departments.
So I remember I had to have my deputy chief sign the thing, you know, like sponsoring agency or host agency. And I was like, hey, I got accepted to this subgroup and it's through Task Force 1, but it's at the national level kind of thing. And he just looked at me. He's like, what's this going to cost me? You know, I was like, no. I was like, it's Zoom. It's like, you know, it's just, it shouldn't. It
literally shouldn't cost anything.
He's like, oh, okay, no problem. So he signed it, and it was no big deal. But yeah, it's just being able to, you know, just one more thing on our plates, man.
Yeah. Right.
So,
yeah. So what else is going on?
Nothing. I mean, that kind of, we got some guests that we're going to be in the fall. We got some big guests coming up.
Hopefully.
I don't want to announce them yet just because things can happen.
Yeah.
Super excited about that.
Yeah.
Our merch is rolling. So we're trying to figure out an online store instead of Shopify.
Yeah.
And
Shopify is the way.
I know, but like the cut they take is like, you know, we're not trying to make money. No. We're just trying to pay for we're trying to survive. So like maybe we could get like a Frontier Airlines ticket to like go to like, you know, this state to interview this person to then put the content out. Like, and if Shopify is taking all of our money,
that's true. Facts.
But yeah, like the designs are coming out, they're rolling, and just working on the e-commerce stuff. And yeah, just still trying to get our name out there after our hiatus. People might have forgot about us.
Probably.
So
it is this whole thing's definitely a labor of love.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
I mean, I think we recorded last September with Ryan. Like we're almost at a year.
Yeah.
We took a couple months off for the summer, but
which is always good. Take time off, go travel with your family.
Yeah.
Do things that are enjoyable.
Exactly.
And outside of work and outside of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this.
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit, talking dogs, you know, meeting people because of the podcast. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But Tokyo with my wife is sick. You know what I mean? So just being able to unwind and shut off the overtime notifications, shut off everything.
I know. When I was in Punta Cana, I turned off my phone for like probably a day or two.
Yeah.
Or like at least during the day when I was out hanging out by the beach.
Yeah. It's great.
Just put on airplane mode if I was listening to music.
Yeah.
If I wanted to listen to music and just.
Good for you.
Totally unplugged.
Yeah. Well, we were with another couple. And we were at a hotel. They were at Airbnb in Tokyo. So like, still like text them and be like, okay, we're going to meet at this ramen shop at, you know, this time or whatever. So, or we're going to hit this train, you know, so, but yeah, if I was at an all-inclusive and like, I didn't have to figure out where to eat or what train to take, I'd definitely unplug.
Yeah. It was nice because we were obviously just at the resort. Everything's there. You don't need anything else. What'd
you do with Coda when you were?
We boarded him.
Okay.
He was, we boarded. Unless it's like a day or two, anything more than that, I just board him because he's just not that he's difficult to deal with. He's
a lot of dog.
He's a lot of dog. And for like my in-laws or my mom or like somebody to watch him, it's just like, it's too much to put on him.
Sure.
So we just board him. It's just easier that, you know, like I know he gets training, he gets day training a couple times throughout the day. They work him. He plays ball. He goes on walks. Like, versus like if he's home or if like, you know, somebody's watching him, it's like he's not getting all that stimulation. So like I think it's great to board your dog in like a facility that obviously has the experience and can handle that.
Yeah.
So it's good for the dog. It's good for me because I know that
Yeah, they're in good hands.
they're in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
And so a funny story. We one of the places that we board at, the two trainers that I've worked with like my whole dog career, either one of their spots. So we had I had not been to Found in a while for boarding, and they wanted to do um, I forget what they call it, like a reevaluation of Coda for whatever. It's just their process.
Sure.
And, however that works that's just how it is. So basically their process is like if they haven't seen the dog in so many months or a year or whatever it is, they have to do a reevaluation to make sure the dog's still a fit for their boarding program.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, traditionally when I've boarded with them, like I've either been like, he's either gone home with one of the trainers that like trained with him throughout his whole life.
Yeah.
Or he's at the facility being handled by the trainers that have worked him.
They have different tiers of trainers there.
Different tiers of trainers and different
boarding sections.
Boarding sections.
Yeah.
Well, I brought him there and like, has he been here before? I'm like, yeah, that should all be in the...
Don't you have a computer?
Yeah, should all be there.
Yeah.
So I drop him off and I'm like, good luck. Have fun. The kennel tech comes out and she's like, oh man. So I come back, like, because you're supposed to, it's like a day, like a day stay. Yeah. And so dropped them off in the morning, did some stuff at home. Me and the family went down in the afternoon. We went and grabbed lunch, did a couple things around the city, and then picked them up. And when I got there, the receptionist, she's like, I'm like, how was everything? She's like, good. It was good. I think you're going to go ahead and you're going to talk to our lead, not trainer, but like their lead kennel supervisor or whatever for their boarding. And I'm like, oh, like for what? She's like, he's a lot of dog. And I think he'd probably be a better fit in our working dog section. I'm like, yeah, he's a working. And Lily, she's like, yeah, he'd be better in our working dog. I'm like, yeah, because he's a working dog. Right. And she's like, oh, yeah, that makes more sense now. So, and then the board kennel tech that brought him out, like if he sees me, he like will pull through, like he will choke himself out to get to me and jump on me and be a psychopath. So like I see through the glass because there's like, a thin glass door. Right. Like there's a solid door with like a thin glass thing. Yeah. And then there's like, you could see straight back to the next door. And it's probably like, I don't know, 100 feet between doors. And I'm standing there looking through the window and I see her come out of the first door, get absolutely just manhandled from the one door to the door I'm at, and then drag through that door to me. Yeah. And same thing from her. She's like, yeah, he's a lot of dog. Like, yeah. So
put him in the other program.
Yeah. So that was really funny. And Caitlin was like, why does he need to go for another evaluation? I'm like, I don't know. That's just what they want. Yeah. It's just what they want. Yeah. And they had a fun day with him. Yeah. So that was cool.
That's awesome.
So that was a very funny story. I was laughing, and then I was talking to Fabian about it. He was laughing about it.
I have to call them or call him because we have another trip coming up. Yeah. And I didn't board with them this last time. Yeah. But I'm trying to get them all there.
And
but we're on a wait list. And I'm like, well,
I'm literally from here. I'm going over to Fabian's house.
Well, call me when you're there
to take a look at his garage door and some garage door stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
Because he moved, and so he has some work that needs to be done. Okay. So I'm gonna go over there and do some garage door stuff.
Yeah. The dogs love boarding there. They really do.
Oh yeah.
This last trip, once again, shout out Macy, guest 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. Waypoint Canine Solutions. Canine Solutions.
Macy, you're crazy for taking his dogs.
Yeah. She came here, picked up all 3 of them. She was going to house sit, and then she's like, can I just take them home? And I'm like, you can do whatever you want, but that's a lot of driving.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth.
And like, she came here, picked them up, left, and they had the best time.
Yeah.
Like they were swimming in the river. They got to work rubble. They got to work wide area. They got to just be dogs on land, open land,
Yeah.
you know? So, and then she drove them back. I'm like, so
Shout out.
She's
Wow.
great. And like, I'm like,
You're crazy.
I know.
Macy, you're crazy.
But she's got a new puppy, and the puppy got along with Margie really well. And then she's kind of trying to figure out if Margie could work, because Margie's got a little bit to her that we thought maybe we could pull something out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's officially retired from USAR.
Her one day stay. But she's about to start
barn hunt.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's going to do something. And then maybe dock dive.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially if we put a goldfish in the pool, because she just jumps in her ponds every single day.
I was thinking about doing dock diving with Coda.
Yeah. I mean,
they'll never off my pier.
They'll never win, right? Yeah. Because it's like what whippets and males and whippet male crosses. And like, you know, it's not my thing. So I'm just
genetics specific to the sport.
Yeah, genetics, right?
Yeah.
Genetics matter.
Yeah.
T-shirt comes soon. But she'll do something. It'll be fun.
Tell us about her. Why you ended up on barn hunt from her.
So, okay, so she's always had a little something to her, right? Like she's got pretty good agility. Her environmentals are okay. She's got decent tug, not super food motivated.
She's a golden.
But like when we picked her up, now my wife researches everything. So I'm going to throw my wife under the bus right now. I love my wife. She'll laugh when she hears this. She researches everything. She's one of the most, you know, like scholarly people I've ever met. She didn't look at the pedigree of Margie before we went to buy her.
Yeah.
And like I saw the dad, and the dad was trim and like dark. And I'm like, I saw him playing ball, and I'm like, what's up with that dad? And they're like, oh, Uber, I think it was his name. They're like, yeah, both his parents were like, I don't know the titles, but like hunting lines. Now everyone says their dog's hunting lines, right? So I'm like, I got to look at this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they were titled like Master Hunter, and then led into him, and then because the dog would just not let the ball go, and then so Margie's got a little bit of spice to her, but she found in the past 2 weeks she has found a dead rat carcass, a mouse, 2 mice, one white, one gray. So I think one was like a lab mouse or something for a pet, and 2 birds. And like she'll jump in the pond, and then it was kind of windy one day. It was super nice the other day, nice breeze. I just saw this head throw, and I'm like, what is she doing? And we have these arborvitaes on one of our house, and they're kind of like on a big planter box, run like half the distance of our yard. And all the like branches and vines are intermingled, and like she's crawling up and over and in between to get to this dead mouse. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like, you can't do this on a rubble pile, but you're going to do it for, you know, this dead mouse.
Yeah.
And like, she'll pick it up, and like, we call her rat mouth now. So my wife is like, I'm going to do barn hunt with her. And I think it's great. Like, our first dog, my wife did therapy work, you know, with our first dog. Not service work.
It's so important if your dog has
they got something
drive for something.
Yeah.
It's so cool to get them out to do what they
And I didn't know, because I was super naive. Like, barn hunt isn't just like rats in a bunch of, they put them in like PVC tubes, and like, because otherwise the dogs will kill them.
Yeah.
So like, but they're alert. They can't paw at the PVC, because
it might be like a passive alert.
They can bark. It could be active, but like it can't be, they call it an aggressive alert. And I was like, I don't know how you're going to work this one out. So, yeah, she has to be kind to the rats.
Yeah.
So she's going to do barn hunt starting in 2 weeks, or in a week, with my wife.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I did. So when I got Irie, my first dog, we went to like a kennel that was in the area that was by my firehouse. I think I talked about it in my intro episode. And it was like a group class and blah, blah. And the 2 trainers, the 2 women that were running it, like, she's like, you got to do barn hunt with us. And I'm like, what the hell is barn hunt? And, you know, at the time, like, I just got my own first dog. I wasn't getting into anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, I have a German Shepherd that I need to
stop eating my
well,
ottoman.
this was even before that. This was just a puppy. This was like puppy class.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this was puppy class. This was just like, walking the circle.
Yeah.
Loose leash. And
Right.
Like the traditional like puppy classes.
Group puppy
class.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, you got to do barn hunt. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I have no idea what you're saying. And then she started telling me, it's like, oh yeah, they go in barns or in areas and they find rodents.
Yeah.
I'm like, people do that recreationally?
Right.
And obviously now, like, I know more. Like, this whole...
I thought it was like those Jack Russells you see on, like, YouTube that are just, like, murdering rats.
Which is awesome. If you guys have not seen, like, it's big in Europe and, like, UK. There's one dude that I follow with these little terrier dogs, and they just annihilate, like, thousands of mice and
They're the
rats.
same size.
Dude, it is awesome to watch. But, yeah, she was like, do barn hunt. And I'm like, no. No thanks.
Mm-mm.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. How do I practice this at home?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's awesome that that your wife is gonna go and do that. I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to trial.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just if you have a dog that has something besides just sitting on the couch and like you have a little bit of something, give them a job, man.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Not every dog's meant for USAR. Not every dog's meant for PSA. Not every
therapy or
therapy.
Or like, what's that sport that they just run back and forth and jump on the side and come back?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is going to drive me nuts. Yeah, they like chase something and then they hit the wall and then they come back.
Oh, yeah. Like
fly ball,
like the relays. Yeah.
She also told me, your dog should do barn hunt or fly ball. And I'm like, what? Like, just like chasing a ball? Like,
right.
What are you talking about?
That stuff is cool. Like they take like one leap in between like the hurdles or whatever. Yeah, that is cool.
It is. It's fun to watch all these dog sports and agility and all that
stuff. It is.
Cool.
Well, that like wraps up our summer, guys. This is just literally us just talking. Just rapping, catching up with each other, catching up with you guys. A couple updates about our life, the podcast, dogs, testing. Yeah.
Possible SUSAR presentation. More to follow. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
Awesome. Well, hey, that does it for another episode of the Disaster Dog Podcast. If you want to support the show, like, rate, share, subscribe.
We swear that we will have merch at some point in the next
we're working on
couple weeks.
Reach out to us, drop us a comment, DM us, PM us, text us. I know our numbers are floating out there because I've gotten
a message.
I got a text message from some random person and an email, which is crazy, on my personal, not my, the podcast email. But hey,
Google, man, you can find anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Thanks for supporting the show. You guys have a wonderful rest of summer, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.